Hi everybody, this is SAAD. It's almost 11:15 p.m. A few minutes ago I shared an article from I think Teen Vogue where they were providing some guidelines about how to use gender neutral language, and this is of course something that has become increasingly ubiquitous in all sorts of settings, in universities and companies and all sorts of places where people otherwise have interactions and communicate with one another. There are now edicts about how to be less transphobic and more gender neutral in your communication. And so what I thought I would do, since I fully agree with the fact that we need to get rid of words like man and woman and sister and brother and father and mother, so that we can create a gender neutral society that caters to 0.0001% of people who don't identify as male or female, and 99.99999% of humanity that has ever existed should acquiesce to that. What I referred to in my Canadian Senate testimony as the tyranny of the minority. So what I thought I would do is revisit some famous songs that have either man or woman in their title and replace them by more transphilic, friendly to the trans community words. Now, in some cases, you might quibble that the quote grammar is incorrect, where I replace the word man with a pronoun that doesn't seem to capture that, but you certainly would not be on good grounds given that all of those pronouns are hardly grammatically accepted, at least in the parlance and in the vernacular and the lexicon that is used in everyday life. So give me some grammatical leeway as I go through some of these songs. So here I've got when a man loves a woman. So let me just try to say, when a man loves a woman. I think it's Percy Jones, or I can't remember exactly the guy's name. Perkins, I can't remember his name. Anyways, so I thought that one we can change it to when a Xer loves a they. It sounds, actually, if you hear it, when a Xer loves a they, to me it rings true. It rings more inclusive. It rings less transphobic. I try to find songs of different genres to sort of appeal to everybody because, diversity and so on. Here's another one. Some of you, I think it played maybe in Pulp Fiction. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. So this one, Xer, you'll be a Xer soon. You see, you use the same pronoun because to differentiate between men and women is actually, well, quite sexist. Man, I feel like a woman, from a fellow Canadian, Shania Twain. Z, I feel like a nirs, N-I-R-S. I looked these up. I did web searches. So Z, exclamation point, I feel like a nirs. I mean, honestly, every single one, as far as I'm concerned, has been improved by the more gender neutral language. And anyone who thinks otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, they're transphobic bigots. Stand by your man. This is I can't remember her name, a country singer from the United States. This one should be changed to stand by your mooks. Mooks is M-U-X. I'm not joking. Stand by your mooks. It's there. It's a pronoun. Again, give me some grammatical leeway. I'm trying to be gender inclusive or gender neutral. I'm every woman. I think originally done maybe by Shaka Khan, covered by Whitney Houston. So I'm every woman. I'm every Xem, X-E-M. Again, to me it sounds much better. The Queen of Soul, who recently passed away, Aretha Franklin, you make me feel like a natural woman. So this one is, you make me feel like a natural genderfolk. Genderfolk is actually a term that removes ladies and gentlemen. You just call people, hey, it's good to see you all genderfolk. So you replace natural woman by natural genderfolk. That way you're not, again, engaging in sort of old, antiquated, fixed binaries and biological essentialism. Pretty woman walking down the street. Roy Orbison. This one, pretty Tay. T-E-Y. Pretty Tay walking down the street. Pretty Tay. To me, it sounds a lot better. It has more of a kind of a hip swing to it. For those of you who like reggae, Bob Marley. No woman, no cry. No gz, no cry. So here we replace woman by gz, just xe. And then finally, the song, I had to look up those because I couldn't remember the lyrics. This is a song by a guy that, I'm sorry to John Lennon fans, a guy that I abhor. I detest this guy. Everything about him creeps me out. John Lennon. He had a song called Woman, where he goes, let's see, woman, please let me explain. I never meant to cause you sorrow or pain. Blah, blah, blah. Just replace woman by person. So person, I can hardly explain. So each of these songs, so I've replaced things by gzir, by they, by gzer, by they, nirs, mooks, gzem, genderfolk, tay, gzi, and person. All of these songs are re-released using more modern, more hip language, more inclusive language, and watch these songs rise to the top of the Billboard charts. Slowly we inch to the abyss of infinite darkness. Have a good night, everybody.